afternoon, everyone. So, in microfinance, the next topic is financial arrangements. So, today we'll discuss financial arrangements and its types. So, first of all, what is this financial arrangement? So, as the word itself is telling the meaning, that is financial arrangements. So provision of finance is being done. So between whom these arrangements are done, between the government and the private or the outside parties, this arrangement is done. So if a businessman, if an individual wants to start a business, if an entrepreneur wants to start a business and he need money, that is the capital, the first idea comes in our mind is going to the bank and asking for the loan. So here the small and the medium type of businessmen who are doing the small and medium type of businesses, they may get the loans from the banks and that is enough for them. But what in case of the large projects and the large scale industries that are very beneficial for the population of the country? So that kind of industries, getting loans from the bank is not difficult. They will get the money, but they need support from the government as well. So the government is also willing to provide some kind of financial help for those kind of individuals and the organization, that is called as financial arrangements. And getting money from the government of India has certain kind of eligibility criteria also. So if you want to avail loan, if you want to apply loan in the bank for the individual, for the specific one single banks, there are so many rules and regulations. Like that only, if you want to get the financial help from the government, so as government is full of rules and regulation, here the eligibility criteria will be there, and here there should be one agreement. So in the agreement, the obligation of the each party and the terms and conditions and what is the minimum required amount they want, everything should be attached in a agreement. And if the parties sign those agreement, and if the government thinks that they should provide finance to specific projects, then only they will give the financial arrangements. So getting financially supported by the government is not an easy task. As we know, it is full kind of formalities we have, a kind of process we have to go through, and it takes a very long procedure. So here financial arrangements means any arrangements between the government and the outside parties, we can say as the private individual for the actual or the potential outlay of resources fees for the passing of the resources. The resources can be of land, it can be of raw materials, and it can be the main thing, that is the lifeblood of the business, that is the provision of money. So this is called as financial arrangements. So types, so here there are some of the types, so let's discuss one by one. So first is grant. So you have heard, I think you have heard this many times, government grants, but we don't know what is the exact meaning of this government grants. So government grants, these are also a kind of provision of finance. They are providing finance to some specific projects. So for some specific projects which are needed for the population, which is very important for the population on a regular basis, so the government will choose those kind of policies. They will work on those policies which are beneficial for the population. Like for example here, so in the year 2016, one scheme was introduced by the government, that is Stand Up India. So Stand Up India, this is a scheme which was introduced in the year 2016 for the women, especially for the women, to encourage them, to provide them the support, the financial support, and to help them becoming the entrepreneurs. This scheme was introduced, and the scheme was also focusing on the SC/STs, so on the backward classes, SC/STs, and also for the women they are providing some kind of financial help, that is called as Stand Up India. So like this only there is another scheme that is called as Mudra Yojana. So here Mudra Yojana, this is specially for the small and the medium scale industries. For the small and the medium scale industries, the government is providing financial support. So this is a kind of unconditional. So these two things which are needed every time. So this is not a kind of emergency, this is a regular basis kind of service that should be provided from the government to the people, because the small scale and the medium scale industries, they will not get that much of money which are needed from the bank. So banks have certain kind of rules and regulations, as they are not dealing in the large scale, and as they don't have that much of profit, the banks will not be able to provide the large amounts for the small and the medium scale industries. And the small and the medium scale industries businessmen, they won't be having any kind of collateral securities to pledge in the banks. So there's a kind of free service, we can say a kind of free service from the government of India, or any kind of government, provided to the population of a country. So this is the two examples for the government grants. So for this scheme, they have introduced one scheme. In this schemes, they are funding the money from the government. This is called as government grants. Next is contribution. So here contribution means whenever there is an emergency in the country. So whenever there is an emergency from the in the country, the government will announce a contribution from both from the private individuals and from the government also. So for example, now what is the emergency all over the world? What is the emergency we are facing? That is the coronavirus. Now for the coronavirus, the government has also in the month of March, I think they introduced they told that every employer and the employee should contribute some of the portion of their salaries for the people who are suffering for the coronavirus. So this is not only for the private individuals, it is also for the government employees. So from their salaries, some of the amount was cut in the month in that specific month, for the purpose of supporting to the people who are suffering from the coronavirus. So this is a kind of contribution which was announced from the government employees also, and from the private individuals also. This is a kind of contribution from the government. Next is repayable contribution. So this contribution is not repayable. Once you have contributed, that's it, you won't get that money back. But here repayable contribution is a unique type of contribution. So here contribution is given to the large scale industries. So some of the portion of the money from the government, they will invest in the large scale industries. So the large scale industries, after getting the capital, after they have earned the revenue, they have to repay back with repay the amount to the government. That is called as repayable contribution. Next is cost sharing arrangements. So cost sharing arrangements here means, so in the large scale industries, only of the cost, so the cost of manufacturing the products, plants, equipments, etc., whatever the cost, that cost will be shared by the government. So the government and the outside parties together will share the cost of the projects. So that is called as cost sharing arrangements. Next is joint product arrangements. So joint product arrangements means, this is an arrangement where the federal government, that is the central government, and the outside parties will make one agreement for the purpose of sharing the resources. So central government will promise that they will share resources, or they will purchase the goods and services, or they will help in hiring the employees. So it can be anything. The federal government, they are telling that either they will provide resources needed for the product, or they will purchase those product after manufacturing, or they will hire, that is they will hire the employees for the purpose of doing that specific project. So this is a kind of agreement, joint agreement between the federal, that is the central government, and the specific industry. So here one of the example is, so state government, the recent joint agreement between the government and the parties, Indian Railway. So Indian Railway and the state government, so there is the federal government announced one joint venture. So here they told that whatever the investment in the specific railway of India, so around 51% investment should be from the state government, and from the railway department only 49% should be there. So this is a kind of joint product arrangement. So 51% capital is invested by the state government, and the department of railway, they are investing 49%. So here they are contributing the resources, that is the resource is the finance, so they are contributing the finance. So this is joint product arrangement. The last one is the loans. So loans in the government also, we are getting the loans from the government departments needed for the specific industry. There is a specific departments, so from them also we can get the loans, and that loans we have to pay the interest, some kind of low interest, and the principal amount. Loan guarantee. So here loan guarantee means, here the government provides a kind of guarantee to the lender, bank, or a credit union for the purpose of funding to the borrower. So for the banks, or for any kind of outside that is the international banks, the government will provide a guarantee that the specific borrower, for this specific borrower you can give money. So here they are guaranteeing the borrower, and also they are promising that if the borrower defaults, the government will take the responsibility for the repayment of the loan. So here guarantor is a person who is providing guarantee for the in the loan agreement, and if this specific borrower is failing, he is not paying the money, that specific guarantor is only responsible, right? So here the government is providing guarantee, and the government is itself telling that they will take the responsibility for repaying the loan. So that's it about financial arrangements and its type. If you have any doubt, you can ask me in your group. Thank you.